All right, brand new, exclusive here at HSN, this offer. It is a 15.6 touchscreen. Yes, I said touchscreen. The most popular size of any computer, but this one is a high definition touchscreen. That changes the whole world. We're all used to using our touchscreens, be it on our phones or tablets. Now we have a computer that also allows us to do the same. Loaded, that AMD Athlon Gold processor. If you are a gamer and you like to do lots of fun stuff on your computer, you will absolutely love that. The touchscreen is familiar to you, you love it. I've got all kinds of colors available. 8 gigs of RAM. I think only one time in the history of HSN have we ever done a 10 gig of RAM. We never do that, so 8 gigs is huge. You've got a micro edge, beautiful display on this computer as well. I'm gonna stay standing because I wanna show you the colors in just a minute. But you got HP, you got AMD, you got Windows 10 Home. The #1 selling computer brand here amongst a lot of brands, the #1 brand here. HP Electronics, all right? You have 2 options today, and I'm gonna break down, and Aaron's gonna help me with all the specs on this, but you can get it without Office for $529. My choice would be with Office because the money you're saving today, you're saving about $200 on either computer. Your FlexPay is at the bottom of the screen, $106 without Office, $116 with. That is your monthly payment for 5 payments. We have VIP financing available, so you can get this brand new computer for only $48 a month with Office. $44 if you want it without Office. You get an extra $40 off today if you get a brand new HSN credit card. Jumbo, 256 gig solid state drive. It's got HP fast charge, which means you can charge this up 50% in 45 minutes, not 3 or 4 hours. The battery life is up to 7 hours of battery life. That's crazy. 7 hours of battery life. It is solid state drive. So what that means is it's gonna work faster. It's gonna be more compact. It's gonna run cooler. And it has my #1 feature of all time, which I call street lights for your computer, which means it has an island-style backlit keyboard. So those keys you're looking at, they light up, people. They light up. So when you're working in a dark area, and I'll show you that a little bit better in a minute, these keys will illuminate. So, and I always work in the dark. Listen, I work under bright lights all day. I don't need to go home and turn on bright lights. I sit in my quiet area, put my computer on, the whole thing glows. I don't own a computer. I have 2 computers. I don't own a computer, same with my son Danny, so that's 3, that doesn't have street lights on the computer. So all that with a #1 brand. And as I said before, this is not just a computer that you need, this is one that you want. It's got all the features. You're not limited. We offer a lot of different computers here, and you sacrifice certain things for price. This one, you sacrifice nothing, all right? You get everything you could possibly want, including that amazing touchscreen, including the street lights on your computer, the jumbo storage, the great memory, all that stuff is included for as little as $44 a month if you get an HSN credit card, which I would do anyway because you get a discount. So let me talk about retail on this. Retail, you're over $1,000. All right, if you wanted to get it with Office, it'd be about $1,089. If you want to get it without, just over $1,000, you're only gonna pay about half that today to get a computer that you will probably have for a very, very, very long time, all right? Years and years and years. This, nothing, as we say, is future-proof, but this one is pretty dang close with everything that's included. So let me step out front before I sit down and park myself and show you the colors that we have available. So very popular today is rose gold. That's the one down on the end. Only HP has this super cool color variation too of that. It's not really they call it rose gold. It's not a pink. It's a very, very classy rose gold. The one next to that right here is our traditional gold, kind of a champagne gold. The one behind that is the traditional silver, all right? And then the one that I love is the white. I just think the white is so slick, and I love that mirror in the center with the HP logo. It's an ideal computer for work or school because it is very sophisticated looking, it's very tailored. So if you love the white, my producer Andre tells me, I have 128 left with Office. And not many more of that without Office, about 280 without Office. So that's only about 350 computers in white. For the entire day, this is only the second live airing of this. Down over there, you see our prices. Down here, you see if you want to use your credit card and spread out the payments. But remember, with our credit card, you get it to spread out from 5 months to 12 months without any interest, without any fees. So again, you know, the most popular size, 15.6, we decided, let's add touchscreen. People love touchscreen, you know, because they use it so often. You know, whether, and think about everything that they're very tactile with, right? Whether it's our remote controls or our phones or anything, but our touch screens, right? On our phones, our screens on our tablets. So to be able to get that extra feature, I believe is what takes it from here and puts it up through the roof. And then of course, y'all know my affinity for the keys lighting up. It's welcoming. You know, you get home from a long day's work, you turn your computer on, maybe the one at work doesn't have lights on it, you turn your computer on and it lights up and it glows. It's like, I'm home. And that's what it makes me feel like. Item number 097312. It is a huge customer pick on hsn.com. Let me introduce to our very, very, very special guest, my good buddy, Mr. Aaron Berger, standing by. Aaron, street lights. Aaron.
Street lights are where we start, right?
You know, I love it.
So, you know,
I can see him on yours. I see him on your computer. Yeah. Watch.
Look at this. I mean, we'll show you guys exactly what street lights mean. So street lights are turned off here. So you're using your computer. Maybe if it's dark, you know, you can see the keys. Of course, it's not dark in this room right now. But watch what happens when I press F5. Watch it. Check it out.
Ah, love it. I'm home.
The angels sang
I'm
at
home.
the Yovan house. You know what that is? That is indicative of, like you said, it's not just the computer you need. It's the computer that you want. It's the computer that somebody sees you at the coffee shop and they go, where did you get that? They have computer envy. It's thin. It's definitely a thin and light. Weighs about 3.75 pounds. It's just such a modern computer. Has a 7+ hours of battery life. Just all the things you need to have a great computing experience. Let's talk for a minute about Microsoft Office. The vast majority of you guys, I know a ton of you have picked this up already, and I'm so glad for that. If you're picking this up with Microsoft Office, what you get is a full year of all 7 of the Microsoft Office programs. So Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, Outlook, OneNote, and Publisher. All 7 of those full versions for a full year for a computer, for a tablet, and for a smartphone. So it's a great, if you use Microsoft at all, I'd recommend picking it up with Microsoft Office. If you don't, great, pick up the version without. If you use Google Notes or Google Sheets or any of the awesome Google products instead, you're good to go with those. But if you use Microsoft Office, I'm so glad that we're including it. The biggest thing is that for this value, the specs that we have on the computer, and what do I mean by the specs? Well, the first thing to me is the touchscreen, and the touchscreen guy. It changes everything about the way you use your computer. You're checking out hsn.com, you're surfing hsn.com, and you go, oh, wait a minute. I see that says save $40. I can read that, but thank God I don't have my reading glasses. What's that say underneath save $40? Well, it says, on a single item when you open and use an HSN card by April 30th. And you can see all that because all you've got to do is pinch and zoom. That's all there is to it. You know, whether you're scrolling, whether you're taking your little finger and going, whoop, and looking at all of the things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 things open at one time, including live streaming. You can see this is a computer that is fast, that is nimble, but it's also a computer that is incredibly simple, and easy to use. Why? This is Windows 10 Home, and this is an important thing to point out. This year, and in fact, since basically April of last year, it has been very difficult to get the computers in stock that we wanted when we wanted. Supply chain issues have made many products around the world difficult to get. So it has been almost 4 months since we've had a Today's Special with Windows inside. Normally we do one every single month. It's been since January. Why I point that out, most of us know the Windows operating system. It is the #1 operating system in the world, obviously, for PCs. Most people choose by far the Windows operating system. Well, that's what's in here. So you know, at the bottom left-hand corner, you've got your start button. If you want to type a question, you can type a question right into Cortana. You can ask Cortana questions. All those things, Guy, that we know and we love are built in. Again, early January, we had a computer Today Special, an HP with Windows Home. It has taken us now until the end of April to do it again. I don't know when we'll see it after this. I don't know if it'll be late summer. I don't know if it will be holiday. So if you need a computer that is fast, It is lightweight, it's easy to use, and most of all, that's touchscreen. We'll get into solid state. That's an extraordinary feature. We'll get into RAM. This is a really good morning to grab yourself a new computer.
You know what? You know, at this time of year, you know, we're finishing up with kind of springtime. We're going to be going into summertime. I agree. It's a great time to get a new computer. A lot of you maybe waited, you know, after the holiday, and you were like, yeah, let's see what's going to happen with work and things like that. Everything is changing for the better, right? You know, we've got all this stuff going on that we're getting out a little bit more. Maybe we're gonna hold off and think, okay, when am I gonna get back to work? Am I gonna need a work computer? This is a computer for everything. It is for, and by the way, if you're gamers, you'll love it. You will love that. That Athlon processor is ideal for anybody that does like to have fun and play on their computer. It's great for everything else as well, but it's nice to have that computer that's designed especially for that. And then all these other features, you know, the fast charge, you know, your computer's running out of power. How about getting 50% of power back in 45 minutes? That's crazy, right? Normally you gotta put your computer up and dock it for 2 or 3 hours. You're never gonna have to worry about that. We also have all these colors available. You know, when you go to regular retail, and maybe a lot of you aren't even shopping regular retail yet, you go there, you'll be lucky if you find 2 colors, right? They'll have the regular silver, and then maybe they'll have a black, or maybe they'll have a gold. You don't get to have all 4 colors available, right? The white is always, there's always a premium on that one. You know, I think a lot of people like it for work. They like that it's a little tailored and stuff like that, and it's different. You know, it's just a different, you don't normally see those. The rose gold, again, you don't normally see that as well. A lot of people love that. Just because it gives your computer a little bit of personality. It's HP, #1 brand. You're never gonna go wrong with that. Premium Essentials is included with that, which is all that preloaded software that you get on your computer, so you're good to go right out of the gate. You have Office built in if you want it, which most people will get. I mean, a lot of you are probably doing all your budgeting and all your stuff at home, so you might as well take advantage of having, you know, Work No PowerPoint, all those wonderful programs that come along with it. It makes good sense to do that as well. Having a 7-hour battery. Aaron knows, because I tell this story all the time about my $1,300 computer. Don't get me wrong, love my computer, and you can probably figure out what type it is. I've had it for a long time. I'm in the market for a new computer. In fact, I talked to Danny yesterday, and he mocked me for 2 things. He said, dude, Dad, that phone you have, when did you get it? And I'm like, shut, punk, just leave me be. Yeah, I like my phone. He goes, you're due for an upgrade, dude, you're due for an upgrade. And then he said the computer, he goes, and how long have you had your computer? They're both really good high-end electronics, but I don't want to spend that same kind of money again. And he's like, you don't have to. There's wonderful computers and phones out there that you could pick up without breaking the bank. But the point of my story is I spent $1,300 on that computer. I have had it a long time. I've had it probably 6 or 7 years, and it's worked well. But it's, you know, I get maybe, Aaron, maybe an hour on the battery,
wow.
Maybe.
Sure.
And then when I charge it, you know, you could actually see it ticking down, because like in every other electronic, anything that has a battery, batteries don't last forever, okay? But when you start out with a 7-hour battery, and by the way, my computer, the technology has come a long way since, even in 6 years, when you think about it, huge amounts of change in even the battery life. The fact that, you know, we have a solid state drive on here is huge, because a solid state drive, and Aaron can explain this more in detail, is much less taxing on the battery. All right, you know, and he'll explain all that information for you. So what you're getting is you're getting all these top tier different, you know, features of this computer without having to spend $1,000, $1,100, $1,200, or $1,300. You could spend that. You go to hsn.com and spend over $3,000, $4,000 on a computer. We got them. We don't air them. We have them online, because most people can't afford that. Let's just be honest. Most people can't. I wouldn't spend that kind of money. You probably wouldn't either, right? $4,000 on a computer. Now, there are people that are CEOs or whatever, and they work out of the home, and they're like, you know what? It's a work expense. I'm writing it off. I'll spend $3,000 or $4,000. But for you and me, you know, hey, $500, $500 price range. That's where you want to be. That's where you are. But again, we have other ones that are $300, $399. You are sacrificing a couple of things to get those. You're probably not going to get Backlit Keyboard. You're probably not going to get the same amount of RAM. You know, you won't get the same amount of storage. You sacrifice some stuff with this. You know, I watched a little bit of Aaron's tape last night with Adam, and I saw him say it, and that's why I stole a couple things from him. I stole not only the computer you want, but you need, but I also stole I didn't realize we've only done a 10 gig of RAM like one time. Because, because again, more money, you're spending more. This is a computer that hits on everything, Aaron, really top to bottom. And I know you're gonna break down all the different features and why people need this, but I will tell you again, never a better time. It is free shipping on everything today, all right? You have VIP financing with an HSN credit card that can get you one of these beauties home for as little as $44 a month without Office. If you get it with Office, it's only $48 per month. And if it's a new card, you get $40 off your first purchase, which would mean that payment is gonna be even less. Hey, if you wanna pay for it all at once, if you're one of those people, I'm kinda like that. I more often than not, don't take advantage of it because I'm like, I just wanna get it out of the way. Fine, pay it all off. But if you're on a real strict monthly budget, and you want to be able to get this home at an affordable price, that's the way to do it. So again, colors, white, very limited. If you want it with Office, I got 100 or so left, 120 left, a little bit more than that without Office. I have it available in the gold, which is right next to it. Right next to that one is the rose gold. And then I do have it available in the traditional just silver, if you want to get that. So Aaron, let's go through some of these features, bud.
I'd love to. You know, it's just just 8:15. I'm sure a lot of you guys are waking up and joining us. We have a features video that would actually be a super convenient thing to show you guys right now. So let's show you the features video just to talk through, and then I'm going to get into a lot of it in depth. 15.6-inch #1 screen size in America, touchscreen powered by AMD, Windows 10 Home, True Vision webcam, beautiful audio built in, backlit keyboards, Type A and Type C USB ports, HP fast charge, charges in 45 minutes, 8 gigs of RAM, only weighs 3.75 pounds, 256 gig solid state drive, Bluetooth built in. Again, not a 14-inch, a 15-inch, the #1 selling screen size, and it's touchscreen. Those are the things we're getting excited about this morning. I'm going to spend a couple of moments talking about the big brands because this is full of big brands, and it's one brand that we really have seen very, very little of this year. So HP, #1 computer manufacturer in America. You all know HP. My little joke, because we're actually selling an HP printer today as well. And the problem with HP computers and HP printers is they last forever. So people have them for 5 years. They're like, it's not broke, man. It works. Like, why would I get that? Stupid. Why would I get a new computer? Because your computer is hot, is heavy, is slow. You're wasting time and with your printer because your print head isn't good anymore. Your prints don't look very good. It's not wireless. It is still time to upgrade, but I know HP, it's such high quality and it lasts for so long. The other big brands, and this, of course, I mentioned Windows. First Windows Today special we've done since early January. It's taken us basically a third of the year to do it. I don't know when we'll have another one. So if a Windows computer is on your list, Windows, the easiest to use, the most preferred, simple. It's the one you know how to use already. And of course, having touchscreen makes all of the difference in the whole wide world. But the brand I want to spend a minute talking about is the processor that's in here. It's the AMD, one of the top 2 processors in the world. This is the AMD Athlon processor, built for things we do every day, built even for gaming, for video, for streaming, for those sort of things that maybe are slow on your old dinosaur computer that you have right now. They are lightning fast on this. Even when I'm multitasking, even when I go into live streaming on HSN, preview of what I'm going to show you in a minute, even when I close the computer and open it again, the video is still, boom, up and running. That's thanks to the solid state drive, and it's thanks to the AMD. Let me tell you a little bit more to sort of jar your memory if you have forgotten. AMD is everywhere in our world. We're going to show you the AMD positioning video and the AMD gaming video. Then I'm going to talk to you, and we're going to talk to you about the accelerated processing unit. So first of all, we're going to position AMD for you. Where is AMD found? You'll see this in the video. It's found everywhere we go. When you get in your airplane, when you get in the Boeing Dreamliner, the graphics that the pilots see are all powered by AMD. When you walk into Broadway, into Times Square, and you go, oh my God, this makes my stomach sink. It's so beautiful. It's AMD that powers every single pixel you see in there. Gaming, in Xbox, in PlayStation, some of the most difficult to process consumer electronics in the world. They choose AMD. Now think about this for a minute. So AMD is found everywhere in daily life all the time. We're going to show you the AMD gaming video now. If AMD, for example, can do gaming on an Xbox or a PlayStation, that's hard. That's input, that's output, that's lots of video, that's lots of audio. If it can do that sort of job with gaming, this is our accelerated processing video, and I'll talk to this in a minute, but right now I'm going to talk to the gaming first. So if it can do that sort of gaming, if AMD can handle that sort of really rich, really difficult processing, imagine what it can do with your Facebook. You know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine what it can do with your Instagram. And when you're surfing hsn.com and you're pinching and you're zooming, that is nothing for a processor like AMD. When you are maybe, when you're on the Microsoft Store where you can download games and movies and books and apps and all of that, so nice, all at your fingertips. That stuff's easy. That stuff's so easy. So speaking to the gaming, again, AMD technology is found in everything from the leading game consoles like Xbox and PlayStation to your television and certainly to your new computer. If it can game, imagine what else it can do. It can help stabilize your home videos, for example. That's one of its magical powers, or boost the image quality of it. You turn everyday computing into extraordinary computing with AMD. And then that other video that we were about to show you, that's called an accelerated processing unit. And I know this is a lot of information, but AMD is a huge and dynamic device to have inside your computer. Most computers have a central processor and a graphics processor, and they talk to each other, right? So they have to go boop, 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 boop. It takes about 3 steps, and it's why things get so slow and your computer buffers and slows down and all that kind of thing, especially with video and with graphics. Watch this video. Inside your computer, only inside, exclusive and proprietary to AMD, you have an accelerated processing unit where the CPU and the APU join into one superhero, if you will. And what that means is better computing, more power, accelerated performance, and longer battery life, more than 7-hour battery life, because it's so energy efficient. I apologize. I know that was kind of a bit of a diatribe on my part, but having AMD in your computer is a game changer. It will make you love going to your computer again. I'm excited that we have it for you today.
Yeah, and I think to your earlier points, especially if you're doing a lot of streaming, right, or you're doing a lot of video conferencing and all that stuff, you need that. Don't forget that processor was designed to do way more than what this computer wants it to do.
That's exactly right.
It was designed, like you said, to do give and take. I mean, hey, listen, the reason I know this, and Aaron is probably on his way to knowing that, is when your kids, get Xbox and all that stuff, you watch that and you're like, how can anything handle that much action? How does it?
Fast.
It's the processor, okay? And they take that processor and put it in here. The processor in here, I mean, it's an overdone processor. It can do way more than this computer asks it to do. But that's why it's faster and that's why it's so smooth and efficient. So to try, and Aaron and I are on the same page, whereas we're trying to make, because if you're not a tech person and we start mentioning all this stuff and blah, 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 that's why we put the little Superman guy, because, okay, now I get it, all right? So we have this superhero processor in there that is a lot stronger than it needs to be, but I would rather have that anyway. So get it home, as we said, $48 per month if you want it with Office, $44 if you want it without Office, and that is with an HSN credit card. If you have your own credit card, it's 5 months. The payments are right down there at the bottom of the screen. Rose gold, white, traditional silver, and then I also have it in, what did I miss? Regular gold. You go to regular retail, you're never going to see four choices of color. Because space is money in retail. You don't realize that. Maybe you walk in, you're like, everything that is there is put there with thought, because they only have so much space to advertise things. So, and it's also, ever go to and buy a TV, and of course the one TV you want, and you go to a big box store and they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to order that one for you. And you're like, what? That's because they don't, listen, time and space is money, right? They don't have 1,000 TVs in the back, right? Maybe they got 4 or 5, and if they have a good day and they sell them all, you walk in and you want the same TVs, all right, we'll be here in 4 weeks, right? We are able to get these to you more often than not in less than 7 days, 3 to 5 days, right? Really depends on where you live and all that stuff. But we will get it to you. You don't have to go to the store. You're not going to be oversold on something. You have the choice to make. What Aaron's job to do really is to educate you as to why he thinks this would be good for you. My job, realistically, is to help him a little bit with that, but to make it affordable for you, all right? You ever notice you go into big box stores, nobody's ever talking about how easy they're going to make it on you to pay for it. They never do. Right? Maybe they try to sell you their credit card, maybe it doesn't have fees, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole thing that's, point of sale stuff. Oh, would you like the extra protection? Well, we do that too. If you want it, you can get it. but we're not hammering you with it. You know what I mean? We show you everything we have, and then you just make your choice. I think this is a perfect choice for everybody out there. It's in the affordability category of what I call $400 to $700, nicely tucked in there at the lower end. You're not missing out on anything. Aaron and I, he'll say it as well as I do, we've had some recent computers that are wonderful, some 14-inch size computers. They don't have backlit keys, okay?
Sure.
They don't have touchscreen. Those are things you want. Those are things, that's why when Aaron, last night said, not what you need, but also what you want. Listen, I love having things that I need, but what about things I want? You know what I mean? I mean, there's some things that you just really want. And if you're gonna spend $385, why not spend $529 and get what you want when it only costs you about another $10, $8 per month to get that? All right, now, financing, there is no interest. So whether you pay 5 months or you pay 12 months with our credit card, we're not gonna charge you any interest. Initially I was gonna make the point of, buying a computer is very similar to buying a car. You expect to have it for 3 to 5 years. You have to make choices with a car, whether you're leasing it or buying it. With a computer, you're pretty much buying it, unlike a phone where, phones you can buy or you can lease. But the point is, they charge you interest on those things. Nobody's giving away 0.0 financing on a car, usually, all right? Very hard to find. It's usually very, very low, 1.2, 2.9, all that stuff. We're not gonna charge you anything. So you get this thing home, use your HSend credit card, get a $40 discount today, and free shipping all day. So let's take a look. That we were just making fun of retail a little bit. Let's take a look. If you got the specs that we had, that Aaron has so wonderfully illustrated to you, it'll be $1,019 without Office, all right? That is if you put in everything that we've added and everything that's built in. If you want to get Office, Office is usually another $70. That's $1,089. You can go ahead and spend that money. And you can try to put this deal together, although nobody else is putting this deal together but us right here. Okay, this is our Today Special. Won't find it anywhere else. We have lowered the price by $220 on each selection, whether you get with Office or without. If you get an HSend credit card, $48 per month with Office or $44 without. It's about the price, I would say, of a tank of gas, but the prices of gas have gone up. So it's less than a tank of gas for you to get it home. But I think what people will find, Aaron, is a driving experience like maybe they've never experienced before at a price that doesn't make them go, this better do what it's supposed to do because I spent over $1,000. You're spending a little over $500. You're gonna get everything that you want, and then you're gonna get some more to go along with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a customer pick on hsn.com. It has over 71 reviews. It's a customer pick. It's hard for computers to be customer picks. People expect a lot of their computers. And the truth is they expect a computer for which we spend $500 to perform like a $1,000 computer. This one does, with awesome extras you find only in the best, most expensive computers, like backlit keys with awesome parts inside that make this up, like the AMD processor. I'm going to talk in depth in a minute about, you see some of these just great, they're just, the reviews are just stellar. And people like you flipping by going, oh, okay, maybe I haven't bought from HSN before, and then taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to review it. It's a gorgeous computer. I'm going to get really into the solid state drive in a minute. It's a big thing. Couple really quick pieces of business first. We have this day only on Viper Advanced Security, so I really feel like we have to mention it to everyone. It has popped up a couple times on the side of your screen. Viper Advanced Security is security with machine learning and artificial intelligence built in. It's this one little stick. You pop it into your computer, you let it load. It protects 8 computers, not one, 8 computers for 5 years. I think it breaks down to like $2 a computer. Pop it in, let it load. When you're done, the stick is good for 7 more computers. Here's the key. Now, for one of the first times, it protects not only Windows, not only PCs, but Macs as well. So all the Macs in your house or your office or your neighbor's house or your neighborhood or your family, all the Macs, all the PCs, pay for it one time, and you're done against viruses, spyware, malware, ransomware. Cannot recommend that enough, right, Guy?
Oh my gosh, it's a brilliant thing to get. And with all those multiple licenses, you're gonna use it all around the house. You're gonna use it on a whole bunch of different things. It's a great idea. We have the best price anywhere. That price only lasts till midnight tonight, so make sure that you get that home. And again, what we're trying to offer you here today is an all-in-one solution, right? Maybe you've had a computer like me for 5 or 6 or 7 years. Maybe you've had one for 3 or 4 and you're not happy with it, all right? Maybe you wanna get one for your kids. Maybe you wanna get one for mom for Mother's Day because mom is doing all the bills and mom is taking care of all the shopping shopping, or dad's doing this, or you know what I mean? Maybe you're shopping for a car. Maybe you're looking to take a trip. You know, that's where, again, that touchscreen comes in, and Aaron hit on it really well. Being able to expand the field of vision and look at things. I mean, look, I'm wearing glasses. Aaron's not wearing them yet, but he will. I hope he does. Yeah, I know. Some people it's at 40, some it's at 50. But I will tell you, there are many times, and you've done this on your phone, right? I do it. Listen, it was 4:30 in the morning. I was drinking a cup of coffee, and I wanted to check the Mets score out last night. And I'm in there on my phone, and I'm opening up everything. I'm like, what does that say? Holy crap, he really pitched well. I mean, because you don't want to do that every time. You don't want to have your letters this big all the time on your phone because everybody makes fun of you. So you need to have the ability to expand the field. Touchscreen is huge. It gives you all the benefits of a phone or a tablet, and it's on your computer. You don't always have to use it. You never have to use it, but it's really nice to have there. Again, that's one of those things that you're getting with this. The backlit keys, they're a huge deal. If you've never had them, Aaron, will you tell everybody, please, because they don't believe me. If you've never had backlit keys on your keyboard, it is a completely different user experience.
It seems like a little thing. It's a game changer. Like, you will never buy a computer without, you'll go, I don't care if it costs $1,000. I will not buy a computer without backlit keys. Again, because if you're like me, I think Guy and I both have the thing. I hate to have overhead lights on all the time. My mother, because we're Southerners, calls them the Kroger lights. You know, when you walk into a grocery store and it's just like, oh my God, there's light everywhere. That's great in a grocery store, but that's not what you want at home. And it's not what I want when I'm trying to work or trying to enjoy myself on my computer either way. So the lights can be out, maybe your desk lamp's on or whatever, a little mood lighting. But when you press F5, all the lights, you guys see that? All the lights come on your computer. It is a feature that you use. Scout's honor, you will use it every single day. I've got 3 minutes, so I'm up against a clock here, and I've got to tell you guys about the solid-state drive. So older computers had what was called a hard disk drive, and by older computers, I mean we still sell these. It's just that we still sell hard disk drive. It's that the latest technology, the technology that everyone wants because it's lighter, it's faster, and it's cooler to the touch, is the solid-state drive. Older technology was that hard disk drive that moved and spun and created heat and created friction, and you had to have a, what's it called, fan inside your computer to cool it down and made a bunch of noise. That's gone. This computer has a solid state piece in it where all the information is stored. It's a big drive, one of the largest we've done, 256 gigs. All that information is stored and it's easily accessed. It's lighter, it's quieter, and it's faster. It means your applications load more quickly, your computer turns on and off more quickly. It means you've got a better battery life. The computer is much more robust because there's no moving parts. It's quieter. And look here at the difference between a solid state drive and between your hard disk drive. There is an enormous difference. You saw how much more quickly the computer on the left was moving. I just set up. I'm going to tell you guys about this in a minute. I'm going to give you 1 minute on our 27-inch screen that you can plug in. Pay no attention to that great big screen on my right for a minute, just something that's additionally available. But the solid-state drive, one more quick thing on the solid-state drive. If I may, I want to show you when I have something running here for just a sec. Where is it? I need to find my... Here we go. Here's my live stream on YouTube. Check this out. So you're watching a live video, right? What happens when you close your computer when you're watching your live video? Usually it's like, oh man, I accidentally closed my computer, or my kid closed my computer while I was working. It's going to take 10 minutes to get that computer up and running again, or 2 minutes or whatever. Do you see that this is instant? Yeah. It's instant on. You're right to the video, and that again is just indicative of how that speed is, thanks to the solid-state drive, thanks to the AMD Athlon processor, and also, it was a little neglected because we just haven't had enough time, also thanks to, I think that is my Zoom meeting, also thanks to the fact that you have 8 gigabytes of RAM. This computer has, only one computer ever that I've sold as a Today Special has had more RAM. RAM is so important when it comes to multitasking and speed online. So pardon me if I've been a little bit of a motor mouth here in these last couple of minutes. There's an awful lot of information that we want to share about a really extraordinary, incredibly well-priced HP today.
Yeah, you and I could easily spend 2 hours going through all the easily, right?
Can we please?
We
Please.
haven't even gotten all the ports and all the connectivity that you can have with this computer. Well, it's loaded with everything. Every type of port that you want is on this as well. Again, it wants for nothing. It's got everything that you could possibly want. $48 a month with Office, with an 8% credit card. $44 a month for 12 months without. You see all the way you can pay for it on your credit card at the bottom of the screen. You see the discount right there. $220 off each version of this. Get it home. We don't get to do this very often. We figured, you know, late. We're actually, you know, early in spring right here, getting ready to have summer. You want a computer that's going to work for you. You want one that you're going to love. This is the one for you. Take advantage of it in rose gold, white, a handful of white left. I've got it available in the regular gold, and then I also have it available in the traditional silver. Andre, are we going to talk about the monitor? Okay. All right, so really quickly before I get it back to Aaron, we have a HSN buying guide for electronics and computers. All you need to do is go to hsn.com. It's a great way to get you started because a lot of people have lots of questions, right? They have lots of issues. This is what I want. How do I know what's best for me? Sizes, price-wise, brand-wise. Search the computer buying guide at hsn.com. That'll have all the answers for you there. We have this jammin' monitor available. All right, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. I think, is Aaron still with us? I got to let Aaron talk about this.